In this video, we're going to be talking about what records can be expunged in Indiana. Expungement is a process that allows a person to clear their criminal record, and it makes it as if the criminal record did not exist. We're going to talk about that. So about me, my name's Nathan Vining. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Indiana, and I help people with expungements throughout the state of Indiana. And hopefully by the end of this video, you know more about what kind of convictions can qualify for an expungement and potentially if you would qualify for an expungement. So first, what kind of records can be cleared under the Indiana expungement law? There's a lot of different things. First, misdemeanors are eligible for expungement after a 5-year waiting period. Certain lower level felonies are eligible for an expungement after an 8-year waiting period. And also non-convictions, things like arrest, are eligible for expungement after a 1-year waiting period. So the key with expungement is understanding what kind of record you're looking to clear, whether it be an arrest, a misdemeanor, or a felony, and how long you have to wait for it to be expunged. And what expungement is essentially, it's the process that allows a person to clear their criminal record. The primary purpose is just to allow people to have a fresh start. What it does is it impacts things like your employment, your housing, your licensing, if you have licensing issues, and you can also go and get your gun rights back. So expungement is a very good thing. And from a record standpoint, this looks quite a few different things that can be expunged. First, arrest records can be expunged. Also, convictions can be expunged. If you have been involved in the child services system, certain delinquency adjudications, whether that be a CHINS adjudication, a substantiation of abuse or neglect, or even juvenile offenses, those can all be expunged. Civil forfeitures can be expunged, and even post-conviction proceedings can be expunged. So the breadth of expungement is very broad. Most things can be expunged. So for an example, non-conviction records, if we're looking at juvenile records, arrest records, or even records of being charged criminally, it's that 1-year waiting period to remove records of this type. And ultimately, if you're looking to expunge conviction records, there's a waiting period of 5 years to expunge a misdemeanor, and then ultimately it's 8 years to expunge a felony, and then like I said before, it'd be 1 year to expunge an arrest. There are certain offenses that are not eligible for expungement. That's things like homicide, manslaughter, or certain sex offenses. If those are the kind of records you're looking to expunge, you would be ineligible. And there's also certain kinds of violent offenses, charges involving guns, those things that are also ineligible for expungement. So if you're looking to expunge, the process is pretty simple. It's essentially, you would go and check your eligibility, so you would need to get your records from the county, ensure that the time period has passed. You would also need to see that if all fines and fees are paid. If the waiting period has not passed, you actually could qualify for an early expungement. You would just need to go and get the prosecutor to consent to filing for an early expungement. That's something where you would need a bit of a strategy and somebody who can reach out to the prosecutor and see if you can negotiate an early expungement. But ultimately, you would need to check eligibility, see if you meet the waiting period requirements. Then you would file the expungement petition, notify the prosecutor, and oftentimes the court will hold a hearing to verify everything is accurate. And then ultimately, if you are found to have met the requirements at the hearing, the court will enter an expungement order. So if you have questions about expungement, feel free to give me a call, or you can text me. I'd be happy to review your record and see if you qualify.